Hey guys, it's Dr. Jake Shuppe with Freedom Family Chiropractic, and today I want to talk about sleeping positions. Probably one of the most common questions that I get asked is what is the best way to sleep? So today I'm going to break down the three most common sleeping positions, what's the best, what's the worst, and how that's impacting your spine and your health. So the best position to sleep in is flat on your back. But the problem is a lot of people mess this one up. If you are blessed with being comfortable sleeping on your back, you really want to ideally be using sleep aids or foam rollers to be sleeping on. And I'm going to show you how to position those in a second. Not everybody has a set of these. If you're a patient in our office, almost everybody gets a set of these sleep aids or foam rollers to help support the curves in their spine. So I'm going to show you how to use those in a second. But first, I want to talk about how people mess up sleeping on their back. The number one way to mess up sleeping on your back is using too big of a pillow. So when people lay down flat on their back like this, the major problem is their pillow is so big that their neck goes into extreme flexion like this. This causes the head to push forward. It reduces and pulls all the curvature out of the neck. It stretches the spinal cord and greatly affects how well your brain is sending messages to the rest of your body. It impacts your breathing and a lot of other aspects of your health. You do that for years and you're creating early death, sickness, and disease. And degenerating and rotting spine. So one of the worst things that you can do is sleep on your back with your head in a completely flexed position. So, you do that one night, you might just have a sore neck. You do that for years of your life and you're going to end up with major problems. So if you're sleeping flat on your back, ideally you have a very, very thin pillow, so it just gives you a little bit of cushioning but doesn't push your head way forward. Ideally though, you sleep with no pillow and flat on your back with cervical and lumbar support. So this is a 3-inch roll. I believe this is a 2 or 2.5-inch roll. So you lay flat on your back like this. This one goes under your neck. This one goes under your back. If you want to put a pillow under your knees to kind of bring the knees up, that takes some strain off the lower back. This would be the ideal position to be sleeping in all night long. That supports the curvatures, the natural curves in the neck and the back. It helps you have the best spine and therefore the best chance at having optimal health. Now, not everybody can sleep on your back. So what I tell my patients is at least a half an hour a day on these things. If you can go for a couple hours, great, then switch them out for your pillow. Otherwise, some people can go all night on these, and that would be ideal, laying flat on your back or with a very small pillow. No fat pillows. The second position that I want to talk about, the second sleeping position I want to talk about today is side sleeping. Now this is probably most common, is side sleeping. So there's a couple of really important things to understand when you're a side sleeper. It also has to do with the size of your pillow, because if I'm laying down on my side, if you have too small of a pillow, whereas sleeping on your back, a small pillow is good. Having too small of a pillow when sleeping on your side is going to cause your head to come down to the bed or down to the pillow, and it's going to crank your neck off to the side. If you have too fat of a pillow, it's going to crank your head up the other way, and it's going to cause spinal problems and muscle issues and subluxations. You do that for months and years. So you want a pillow that is going to bridge the distance between the side of your head and the bed. So this shoulder gap, that's how wide you want your pillow to be so that your head's in a neutral position, not too high and not down towards the pillow cranking your neck. Also, when you're looking at this from the side, you don't want to be tucking your chin down and sleeping like this. You want your head up in a neutral position and also with a pillow that's going to bridge that gap. So that's going to be the best position for your head to be in when you're on your side. Also, when you're a side sleeper, one thing that you can do, and a lot of people know about this trick, is putting a pillow between your knees. So if you get a small pillow or a pillow that's going to keep your legs neutral instead of pinching together, because that can put some more pressure on the spine. So I sleep on my side most of the time, so I've got a pillow that's going to be bridging the gap between my head and my shoulders, and I put a pillow between my knees, and this is a decent position to be sleeping in. Try to keep the spine as neutral as possible. Now, another trick with side sleeping that I want to show you guys is that a lot of people who are side sleepers, though, one problem is it puts a lot of pressure on the shoulders, and a lot of people will wake up with shoulder pain or upper back pain or pain between the shoulders because of the amount of stress that you are putting on the shoulders. So there's one trick that can kind of help alleviate some of the shoulder problems for side sleepers. Let me show you. Now, a lot of people, when they sleep on their side like this, they are going to be putting all that pressure right on the side, and they're straight down on it. Well, here's what you can do. You want to bring your shoulder forward some so that you're putting most of the pressure on the back side of the shoulder and actually kind of on the shoulder blade or your scapula, and that will relieve some pressure from the shoulder and it will help you out. Also, the other position, the third position, the worst position to sleep in is flat on your stomach. So I'm sorry, stomach sleepers, and I feel your pain because I grew up as a child sleeping flat on my stomach. Now, let's talk about why this is so problematic. So when you get down in this position, you're flat on your stomach, well, you're not going to sleep with your head face down and suffocate yourself. So what does that cause you to have to do? It causes you to have to turn your head to one side or the other. So you turn your head like this on your pillow, and there's a few things wrong with this right here. Number one, your head is turned all the way for an extended period of time, and what that's going to do is not only is it going to cause the muscles to get sore, it rotates all the vertebrae in the spine where they can start to lock up, but it also starts cutting off the blood flow on the vertebral arteries on one of the sides, so you're not getting enough blood and enough oxygen and nutrients to your brain. And that's one of the reasons why side sleepers toss and turn a lot, because they aren't getting enough nutrients to their brain and they have to turn to the other side because it gets uncomfortable and they don't have enough oxygen and enough blood supply. So that's one problem. Turns the neck, damages the spine, and you don't get good blood flow, reduces blood flow. The other problem is it puts the back, you're flat on your stomach, into extension, and it puts a lot of pressure on the posterior joints in your spine. And so that can cause a lot of pain and a lot of discomfort if you're sleeping all night long on your stomach. It can cause some major lower back issues because you're extended the whole time. And when you do that, not only can it cause a lot of pain, but these nerves in your lower back, they go out to other areas, other organs in your body that is going to negatively affect your health. You do this over an extended period of time. So, recapping, best position is going to be flat on your back with a small pillow or cervical and lumbar support. Second best position to sleep in is on your side. Remember, you want a pillow that is the width between your head and your shoulder. And the third position and the worst position to sleep in is laying flat on your stomach. So I hope this answers a lot of questions. I hope you guys got something useful from this, and I will talk to you soon.